May is National Horror Movie Education Month. But school is not in session because tonight is prom night. Stick around after the prom, kids. Because I've got questions. And I've got prizes to go with those questions. Some DVDs of Halloween 2. One of these could be yours of your choice if you get the question right. But for now, let's head over to the theater and take a look at prom night. Prom night is brought to you by the same people who made Curtains and Humongous. On the heels of Halloween, prom night takes the low road and borrows every convention established by the holiday classic, including the casting of a young Jamie Lee Curtis. Leslie Nielsen plays a dramatic role for the last time in this Canadian slasher. After Airplane, it was all comedy. Like most of the young slashers, Prom Night establishes its banality by giving us the standard prior tragedy plotline. I mean, who could blame them? Halloween made millions and was made for thousands. Prom Night wasn't made for very much more.
Killer's gotcha! Here! Killer's here! Please! Kill!
After a tragic accident during some type of twisted take on hide-and-go-seek, we're in for a ride we've been on quite a few times already. And remember, it's only 1980.
We've got to get somebody quick. Are you crazy? They'll put us in jail. If we tell anyone, they'll say it's our fault. Who believe was an accident? But what if, listen to me, we'll go home now and never ever tell anyone. No one but us will ever know.
Jump ahead 6 years later, on the morn of what would have been her first high school prom, we meet Robin's family, still grieving from the loss of their beloved daughter and sister. Everyone except Mr. Hammond, of course, who clearly wants to be on his way. Note, she and her brother were twins. Mr. Hammond also happens to be the principal of his children's school. Now that the setup is complete, it's time to meet the red herrings.
Kelly says he spies on the girls in the locker room, too.
Sykes is not a peeping Tom. He may have been here for just a short time, but he's been checked out.
Hello?
Jude.
Yes?
Can you come out to play?
Prom Night succeeds when it makes cliché scenarios feel contemporary. The film might play dated, but it's an accurate depiction of its period, and it resonated with audiences. Prom Night fails when it attempts to trick the audience with overwrought plot diversions that seem silly and impossible, unless you're one of those people who are good at imagining what it would be like if such a perfect storm of events descended upon a town. But for me, that stretch of the imagination is asking too much. The film doesn't work hard enough for me to suspend my disbelief. Don't get me wrong, Prom Night delivers, but it's a knockoff of the bigger pizza chains.
Last night, Murch escaped from the state hospital in Cleveland. He took a nurse and her car with him. The authorities in Cleveland say he's violent.
It's Robin's day.
Even the authorities in Cleveland didn't see this coming. The boy that originally wanted to go for help when Robin fell out of the window, now the deceased girl's sister's boyfriend. By the time we make it to prom, so much time has passed since anything pertinent has happened, it starts to feel like a bad teen comedy.
It'll be okay as long as we stay on the dance floor.
Stop in the trenches.
Well, we'll be around if you need support.
Morning, pair of hands.
Ready? We don't want to keep Preppy waiting.
He'll never miss me. He's seeing Wendy.
This attempt at a bad teen comedy was clearly the writer's way of trying to drum up empathy for our victims. But the epic fail is that these are the same idiot kids that killed an innocent girl. And frankly, I'm kind of waiting to see them all to get what's coming. And that's not scary. Satisfying, maybe, but not scary. Paul Zaz's score is perhaps his strongest, even stronger than Curtains, and this helps the film make up for the visual atmosphere it tried so desperately, but ultimately failed to deliver. Finally, things get rolling along, and Prom Night drums up another surprising success. A nail-biter of a climactic battle scene between our heroine, our doped-up hero, and our mystery killer. Prom Night was a lot of fun at the time. It even garnered some critical praise for being slightly adept, so this one stands out historically, but aesthetically, there's not much here, and as far as real scares go, it's bland as can be. Except for this awesomeness right here. So, out of 5 slashes, Prom Night comes in at a solid 1.5. I almost want to give it 2 slashes for its iconic status as a moment in time, but this really has little to do with the film itself, and Prom Night is kind of a bore. Unless you're taking the historic tour, skip this one. Completists, of course, you need to see it. Collectors, ditto. Now for tonight's trivia question. Jamie Lee Curtis became a horror commodity after her excellent turn in Halloween. It wasn't long before she was hailed a true scream queen, an icon of the early 1980s. From 1978 to 1981, Jamie Lee Curtis appeared in 6 genre films. Tell me what they are in order by sending me an inbox message on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and you'll win your choice of one of those editions of Halloween 2 from my very own personal killer collection. I'm KLIMCZAK, and thanks for watching.
Night, Mr. Wabob.
Do do do.